What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Dino Man Podcast, episode number 22. I'm your host, Tyler Williams, and today we're talking about a discovery that just made shockwaves through the paleontological world. After 4 decades of debate, scientists have finally settled it. Was Nanotyrannus just a teenage Tyrannosaurus rex, or a totally separate species of Tyrannosaurid? Well, the verdict is in, and it looks like Nanotyrannus might have just earned its own spot on the dinosaur family tree. We're going to go way deep into what this means, how we got here, what the new research says, and how this changes understanding of the late Cretaceous ecosystem. Quick heads up before we really dig in. If you love dinosaurs as much as I do, I've got Dino Man brand t-shirts available now. Stick around until the end, and I'll tell you exactly how to grab one. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and also be sure to subscribe if you want to see more episodes. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's rewind to 1988. That's when Nanotyrannus lancensis was formally described by paleontologist Robert Bacher and his team. They claimed that this smaller, more agile predator with a longer, narrower skull and more teeth wasn't a young T-Rex, but a separate species entirely. But not everyone agreed. Many paleontologists argued that Nanotyrannus was just a juvenile T-Rex, pointing out that young animals often have more teeth and slender builds that change as they grow. For decades, this debate turned into one of the most heated arguments in dinosaur science. Think of it as the paleo version of Team Cap versus Team Iron Man. You were either Team Nano or Team Rex. To understand how they finally cracked this, you have to look at how paleontologists study bone growth. Scientists have used bone histology, slicing thin sections of fossil bone under a microscope, to count growth rings, kind of like tree rings, to tell how old the dinosaur was when it died. When they studied the famous Jane specimen, that beautiful skeleton of Nanotyrannus found in Montana, the ring suggested she wasn't fully grown. That fueled the argument that she was just a teenage butt. And here's where it gets good. Recent analyses published in Nature and Science Advances used even more advanced imaging to study microstructures inside the bone. These researchers found the bone growth patterns were not consistent with T-Rex's growth rate. In short, Jane had already stopped growing by the time she died, meaning she was mature, which means she wasn't just a young T-Rex after all. She was her own species. So what sets Nanotyrannus apart? Let's go over the main differences that finally tipped the scales. Skull shape. Nanotyrannus had a longer and narrower snout. T-Rex has a shorter, more robust one. Teeth. Nano had more teeth, around 60, while adult T-Rex had around 50. Arms. The arms of Nanotyrannus were slightly longer and more flexible, suggesting it was a faster, more agile hunter. Build. Instead of being a bulky tank like T-Rex, Nano was built for speed, a cheetah to Rexy's grizzly bear. This predator wasn't a scaled-down version of T-Rex. It was something else entirely. So what does this all mean for us dino fans and for science as a whole? It means the late Cretaceous ecosystem just got a new apex predator, or at least a fierce competitor. Imagine Nanotyrannus darting through the forests of Hell Creek, hunting smaller herbivores, while T-Rex focused on the bigger prey. It also means we have to rethink T-Rex's growth curve. If Nano isn't part of the T-Rex family tree, then the teenage T-Rex fossils we've been studying for decades might actually be something totally different. That's a game changer. Now, what's even cooler is that researchers are planning to re-examine several young T-Rex fossils, because some of them might turn out to be Nanotyrannus too. If more nanofossils turn up, we could get a better look at what this dinosaur really looked like. Its coloration, muscle structure, even how it hunted. And get this, 3D modeling suggests Nanotyrannus could have run up to 30 miles per hour. That's faster than Rexy ever could. So yeah, if the two ever faced off, Nano might not win on power, but it sure would win on speed. You know, I followed this debate for years. Every time a new study dropped, I was like, here we go again. But seeing it finally resolved feels awesome. It reminds me that paleontology isn't just about bones, it's about patience. Science takes time, and sometimes it takes decades to get an answer. This discovery proves that there's always more to learn about our planet's prehistoric past. Alright, before we wrap up today's episode, I've got something super exciting for all you dino fans out there. I just launched the official Dino Man brand t-shirts. Each shirt is high quality, with a vibrant cartoon dinosaur design and the Dino Man logo, perfect for wearing while watching Jurassic Park, visiting a museum, or just showing off your love for dinosaurs. If you want to support the podcast and look awesome doing it, head over to dinomanpodcast.com to grab your shirt today. Sizes small through 2 extra large will be available, and I'll be adding more designs soon. Trust me, you do not want to miss out. These shirts are limited and already getting a lot of love from dino enthusiasts like you. Go ahead, click the link in the description, and join the Dino Man crew. And that's a wrap for episode 22. What do you think about Nanotyrannus finally being recognized as a distinct species? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for listening to Dino Man Podcast. This is your host, Tyler Williams, signing out.